Whether you operate one forklift or thousands, one location or hundreds, the new My Toyota customer portal can help you optimize your operation and material handling equipment. This one-stop, free-to-use platform is designed to help you take control of your information and make smarter decisions, all at the touch of a button. Register and access your data today at my.toyotaforklift.com. That's my.toyotaforklift.com.
Does your warehouse waste time and money managing forklift batteries? Enersys can energize your operations with a customized solution, delivering the power you need while minimizing ownership costs. Enersys starts by analyzing your operations and then selecting from their comprehensive range of battery and charger technologies, develops a truly optimized system tailored to your needs. Enersys gives you the power to increase productivity and profitability. See how Enersys puts power in motion for you at enersys.com. With e-commerce off the charts, many small and growing warehouses are asking, how can I get ahead when my warehouse is barely keeping up? The answer is future-ready warehouse tech from Zebra Technologies. Warehouses can simplify and upgrade all processes, from automated inventory management to hands-free picking, with Zebra's tailored, scalable mobile solutions. They're simple and intuitive. There's never been a better time to upgrade for success with Zebra. How can your warehouse get ahead? The answer's in black and white. Get the answers at zebra.com/theanswer. That's zebra.com/theanswer. Businesses are retooling fulfillment operations, from warehouses to omnichannel, to meet new demand amid unprecedented labor shortages. 3PLs, retailers, B2B distributors, and others are turning to flexible fulfillment solutions like 6 River Systems to adapt and scale. 6 River Systems Fulfillment Execution System is an integrated solution that combines intelligent, cloud-based software and automation, including its autonomous mobile robot, AMR, Chuck. No costly or disruptive infrastructure changes, fast and easy associate training, and integrations with other warehouse execution solutions allow operations to meet labor challenges, increase efficiency, and enhance customer engagement. Go to www.6river.com to learn more. Go to www.6river.com to learn more.
The New Warehouse Podcast, hosted by Kevin Lawton, is your source for insights and ideas from the distribution, transportation, and logistics industry. A new episode every Monday morning brings you the latest from industry experts and thought leaders. And now, here's Kevin.
Hey, it's Kevin Lawton with the New Warehouse Podcast here at MODEX 2022, and we are in the booth, and I am joined by Amit Levy, and he is the Executive Vice President of Customer Solutions and Strategies at Made4Net, and Made4Net is a WMS software provider, and we're going to talk to Amit about Made4Net, what it is they do, and a little bit about WMS and the current market around WMS as well. So, Amit, welcome to the booth, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good, Kevin. Nice being here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. Happy to have you on. Fellow New Jersey person here, so it's good. We had to come all the way to Atlanta to connect, but hey, we made it happen, right? So talk to us a little bit about Made4Net and what it is that you guys actually do.
Sure. So Made4Net is a supply chain execution software vendor focusing mainly on warehouse management systems. Started back in 2005. Came from the WMS industry, worked for some of the biggest players in the market back in the 90s, and said, we need to bring a good WMS software solution to the mid-market. And we took everything we knew from the WMS experience that we had with other big players in the market, and we said, let's build this for the mid-market. And fast forward today, we're one of the largest WMS vendors or leaders in this market for the mid-market space. And hundreds of customers. We're a global company headquartered in New Jersey, as you said. And we have offices in China, we have offices in the UK, and then in the Middle East as well. We do warehouse management for the most part, and then we have some additional supply chain execution components such as dynamic route planning, which does route optimization and last mile delivery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very interesting stuff. And obviously, warehouse management system is such a big part of what we do here, right? And it's such a part of what drives us in fulfilling our operational duties and things of that nature in distribution centers and in the warehouse itself. So there's, as you mentioned, there are other players in the space, right? So if we look at WMS and we look at Made4Net's solution, what really sets you apart from the other ones and what differentiates you?
Yeah. So first of all, I think the most important thing is the technology. We built a solution on a platform that we actually built ourselves, and that platform is designed to be supportive of the customer resources. So in other words, instead of the vendor coming in and doing a lot of the job, a lot of the work on implementation and setup and customizations and so on, we have a platform that helps supports that. And then that enables us to do things much faster. So first of all, we're very strong on the functional side of the product. So there's a lot of capabilities built into the product out of the box with a lot of configuration capabilities of workflows and so on and so forth. And more importantly is the fact that we can do the implementation much faster. So, could range anywhere between 8 weeks to 6 months for complex warehouses and so on.
Right.
And we're able to address what others do, and it takes them much more time, much more money. We're able to do in a shorter time. That's the main differentiator. Other than that, there are all these complementary solutions that we offer, like yard management and engineered labor standards and route optimization that I mentioned before, and all these bolt on top of the WMS.
Very interesting. So, and obviously, in today's environment, the faster you can implement, the better, right, for the end user. Not necessarily maybe too fast. You run into some issues, but obviously, we want to go fast because things are changing, and companies are really developing and investing in their supply chain because they need to be able to keep up with the changing consumer behavior. So with that being said, if companies are looking to potentially bring on a WMS maybe for the first time or really, take the next step into that next level system, you mentioned you guys are on the mid-market level, right? So, how can they go about doing that, and what's the right way to do something like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first of all, I think that, the customers need to be aware of what they need, right? So define their requirements, understand what it is that they want to accomplish from an operational standpoint. Right? Because the WMS vendor will come in and, they're not going to redesign their processes or define all the SOPs, the standard operational procedures. But they'll come in, listen to what the customer has to say, what they want, how they want to achieve it, and then we'll, step in and say, hey guys, why don't you do it this way or that way, and so on. So that's the number one objective, is to have someone on the team that leads, on the customer side, leads from a requirement standpoint. The second thing is to have a team that owns the project and owns the product. So when you put it in, you set it up, you're testing it, training, and so on. There's someone on the other side that can learn that can own that process, own the system, and so on, and is able to then, support the launch of the system, the go live, what we call the go live, and, take care of that product going forward. Again, going back to what I said initially, is one of the competitive edges that we offer is the fact that a lot of the tools that we provide with the system enables the customers to do things on their own. If it's building labels, if it's building documents, a bill of lading or about packing lists and things like that, changing screen, changing processes, it's all part of that platform that we offer that customers can do on their own. You don't have to be a programmer to do that. You don't have to have an IT to do that. You're able to do this with not a forklift driver, right? He's not going to take care of that, but if you have a system administrator on the warehouse floor that owns your technology, then they'll be able to do all that. And it saves money.
Yeah.
It saves time. You don't have to go back to the vendor every time you need something. You can do things on your own. So this really goes down to, your ROI, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you need to have an ROI in an investment like this. And it does, bring a very good ROI.
Okay, all right, interesting stuff. Yeah, I think because a lot of companies are at that point where they're growing to the point they need to invest in something and figure out what is that next iteration of their distribution operation look like, or their fulfillment operation look like. So very interesting. And I see on your website it says you guys have the power of speed to pivot.
Yep.
Right. So what does that mean exactly, and how does that apply to our world?
Yeah. So this is part of our new branding that was launched a little over a year ago.
Okay.
And really what we want to say about the speed to pivot, the power of the speed to pivot, is exactly what I shared in terms of our platform.
Okay.
We are able to go in and do things fast. In a supply chain environment as we have today, and we've all experienced in the past 2 years, right, with COVID coming into our lives, things change. They change fast, very fast.
Yeah.
You have shortages of inventory. You see constraints in the ports. You see constraint with trucks and so on. So things change, and they change fast, and you have to react fast. You have to respond fast. And we feel that with our system, with our technology mostly, it's not about the functionality, but mostly about the technology and the tools that we provide to our customers.
Yeah.
They're able to respond fast. So if they need to change a business process, right? Suddenly they need to do, extend their distribution and start doing fulfillment, or, work with Amazon and or ship with 3PLs and so on.
Yeah.
Then they are able to go in and adjust the system and configure it really fast to address those requirements. So it's really about being able to respond fast, to adapt, to scale. And it's all thanks to the technology, the underlying technology that we build our product.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a very important thing now, as we've been talking about here, and even as you mentioned, with the unexpected, things changing very quickly. Obviously, we didn't expect COVID, right? So we got to be able to adapt and be able to change very quickly, or we might not survive in that sense as a business. So having that speed to pivot, and I think is a powerful thing, as you guys are saying, right? And the fact that you're bringing that to your customers and potential customers, I think is a really great thing as well. So, with Made4Net and with WMS systems, and there's so many options out there, right? There's all kinds, and we're here at MODEX, obviously, and there's
dozens.
Yeah, tons here, right? Yeah. Just alone. So, talk to us a little bit about when a customer is shopping for a WMS system, what should they be considering, and what should they really be looking for?
Yeah. So, I think the first question that a customer needs to, ask themselves when they're shopping for a system is, are we really looking for ready for a change, right? Yeah. Are we really, ready to put in a system? Because once you have a system in place, then you have to follow the guidelines that the system drives within the operation, right? I mean, but at the same time, you want to maintain flexibility. So one of the things that are very important to look for is the flexibility of the system, how flexible it is to adapt your processes. You don't want to build a system or configure a system or implement a system that, in 6 months something changes, then you have to rewrite it again.
Right.
That's one thing. And second thing is, implementation, how easy it is to implement. Yeah. There are systems out there that, can be very, very complex and very powerful in terms of what they need and what they can do. But you have to keep in mind sometimes that, it takes 2-3 years to implement systems like that. So that's another point that, you have to, how much time do I have? When do I want to launch this? And how quick can I do this? And look at the technology. Look at the technology behind the scene. Look at the the openness of the system, connecting to different systems, whether it's your ERP, APIs, to shipping systems, to robotics. A lot of what we're seeing in the market today is automation, right? You walk the floor here, you'll see
everywhere
tons of robot systems, robot companies that, ASRS, automation, and so on. It's just going in there. Look for a system that is open to connect to all these, new technologies that are emerging in our lives. Simplicity.
Yeah.
Simplicity is something that the users, feel the most on a day-to-day basis. You want to give them a solution that is simple.
Right.
It's not complex. They don't have to click 600 times on each, button and screen to do a transaction. You want to be fast. Exactly. Click and move. Click and move.
Yep.
So that's something that you really want to make sure that is in there that, can augment your operation today and not take it, 3 steps back when you're putting in the technology. So I think those would be the main consideration points that I would look at.
Yeah, and I think those are
and
are
probably
really
maybe one more thing. I'm sorry, it just hit me.
Sure.
Scalability. I mean, if you're
very good one.
if you're a small company or even a medium company, right? I mean, you see your future growth. Buy something today that will allow you to to continue to grow and change and expand and so on. You don't want to invest in something that is good for you today just because it's cheap.
Yeah.
And then, 6 months or 24 months down the road, that's not going to be good for you anymore.
Right. Gotcha. That makes a ton of sense. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, a lot of the points you had there are great things. And, I think a lot of times people go into this and, they probably haven't looked at getting a new system in a long time. So it's something fresh to them. It's something they don't know what's in the market or what to look for. So it's great to have those kinds of tips. So with Made4Net, obviously you just mentioned scalability and going into the future, right? So how is Made4Net kind of preparing for the future, and how are you guys growing into that future?
Yeah. So first of all, we're looking at a variety of markets. Given the scalability of our product and the adaptability that I mentioned before, we're not only geared towards the high end of the market or the medium size, so we can do either. What we're doing today a lot is looking for opportunities on micro-fulfillment centers.
Okay, interesting. Very interested in micro-fulfillment, I am. So,
So here's a story for you. We just launched a very interesting project with Uber. Uber went into, I don't know if you saw the commercial on the Super Bowl night with Uber Eats. There was a commercial. And they were talking about, ordering grocery from Uber. Yeah. And the bottom line is that they're going into the grocery fulfillment services. Basically, you're sitting in your living room watching TV. You pull up the Uber app, and you want to order, I don't know what, a box of cereal and milk from the... So you have breakfast for tomorrow's breakfast. And that goes into a micro-fulfillment center in your zip code, in your area. And within an hour, the Uber driver will bring it. So they chose us as their technology for that type of business. And we've launched already half a dozen sites over in Asia Pacific and Japan. As a pilot. It's very interesting. It works really great. We're getting all the data from the Uber app, pushing it into the warehouse, picking, packing, shipping, sending it back to the driver, and they deliver it to the customer. So there are a lot of organizations that are looking to expand their services, and retailers that are looking for micro-fulfillment centers and so on. The other place that we're expanding really fast is in the e-commerce in general, right? So everyone is going to e-commerce. Everybody's trying to be more diverse with what they ship and what they sell and so on. So a lot of work with integration with e-com platforms, if it's Magento and Shopify and so on. Integration with technology, partnership with technology like robots and other automation solutions that are in the market. So you can see a lot of action around those new technology and new fulfillment strategy in the space, and we're there.
Okay. All right. Very interesting stuff, and definitely interesting to hear about the micro-fulfillment. I'd be interested to talk to you more in depth on that in the future as well in the podcast. So Amit, I want to thank you so much for coming by the booth. If people want to find out more information about Made4Net, how can they do that?
Reach out to our website. It's www.made4net.com, and we're more than happy to assist to anyone who's looking for a solution.
Okay, great. We'll put all that information at thenewarehouse.com as well. So Amit, thank you once again for coming by the booth, and enjoy the rest of your show.
been listening to the New Warehouse Podcast with Kevin Lawton. Subscribe and check us out online at thenewwarehouse.com.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you want more content from the New Warehouse, check out our new video series called All Hands on LinkedIn. Just search for the New Warehouse on LinkedIn and follow along.